Yes, people, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Touchline Facts. First and foremost, smash the like button up, hit the sub button up, turn on the post notifications so you don't miss an upload or a live stream and all that good stuff. Just make sure you follow the Twitch as well. We're trying to get the Twitch up. Yeah, I'm sending to a couple hundred followers, and join the Discord as well if you want. Join the memberships as well if you want, and all that stuff. And I'm joined by Ron. What you saying, bro?
I'm good, bro. It's nice to win. That finally won a game. Do you know
Hold
what
on. No. You lost the last Premier League game, pal. Yeah, on Saturday.
You know what they say? You're only as good as your last game.
And your last league game. Your last league game was Bournemouth. Don't think we're getting away from that one.
No, but that's why I said it's finally nice to win a game, because in the league we've been shy. But no, other than that, I'm good, man. I'm good. I just wish I could play in Europe every week, not the Prem. Big up though. What are you telling me?
Yeah, no, I'm good. Do you get what I'm saying? It's good. Man United firing on all cylinders.
Listen, you need to start having more faith in your team. I didn't think you'd win, but I said to you, you're not losing that game. I said to you, you're not. Arsenal aren't this team everyone thinks they are. And I think you lot proved it. Who else? And just their performances. They finally had a performance that caught up, a result that caught up to their performance, sorry. Do you know what I mean? And now the bottle starts. I know you probably don't want City to win the league, but I genuinely think it's theirs now. These players don't have that mentality.
Yeah, but you don't know if City have that mentality. They also went 4 games without a win. So
I know, but do you know what it is with City? Yeah. You know, it's actually 50-50. I'd love to do the banner thing, but it's 50-50 because Arsenal are better than City. I'm not afraid to admit that, right? But people keep saying it's not the same City, that what treble winning City and whatnot, that them killers and whatnot. But they've still got individuals that have been there and done it. They've still got a manager that has. That experience is invaluable. I think when the going gets tough, they still got the players that, I think Diaz is back in 2 weeks. Diaz is back in 2 weeks. Still got your Haaland, still got your Rodriguez. But there's probably more players that have won the league. They're the main 3 kind of that stick out to me that have won multiple. Foden, even though I can't see him starting regularly if Semenyo keeps going on the way he's going on in Turkey and whatnot. But I just think if the going was to really get tough, I'd back City more over Arsenal. But we're yet to see, man, because you're right. City's got their first win in 2026 in the league. So I think it's very 50-50 here. But I just see this fragility in the Arsenal mentality. I just see it, bro. And call it confirmation bias. Until they do it touchline, I can't see them do it. Until I actually see them. I always say to Arsenal fans, when they're like, yeah, we're going to win the league, I said, yeah, then you turn off the PS5. Like, you know what I mean? Like, none of us have actually seen it yet. But when they do, I'm going to have egg on my face. They're going to corn me. But I'll then congratulate and say I got it wrong. But until then, call it confirmation bias. I still think it's now City. Do I think Arsenal will go trophyless, though, touchline? No. I actually think they might even do. Remember I told you last week, I think they could be on for a domestic travel. Probably maybe a domestic cup double now. But the big 2, I don't know if they have the balls for that, bro.
I mean, I don't know if they have the balls for anything at the minute. I think if they're lucky Man United got knocked out in both them cups, because we'd be winning both them cups. You know what I mean? With Carrick at the wheel. And I'd be honest, at the minute, if they played a final against City, I'd bank City at the minute to win that, because
Same.
Arsenal are bottling it, mate. To be fair, the City aren't playing much better, to be honest with you. But
quickly just mentioning Carrick, like, you must be so annoyed at Ineos for not getting this done sooner. Because imagine if you just sacked him a month or 2 earlier and Carrick got appointed. Not only you could have been close to the top, because I'm not going to be a bitter Liverpool fan. You heard me on other streams after that win. If we don't sack Slot soon, which I heard it was supposed to be Tuesday, he's still here. But if we don't sack Slot soon, you'll finish above. I'm not ashamed to say that. Yeah, people can say back your club or whatnot. I speak honestly. Twitter's different, but on the streams, you'll get my real objective opinions, right? Imagine if you sacked him a month or 2 earlier, you'd still be in the FA Cup, in my opinion. I think they're never going to sack him as early as what Grimsby knocked you out. But I just think you would have been in a much better position. Probably maybe 7-8 points off the top. Nothing you've never clawed back before. But yeah, it must just be frustrating for you lot. It must be mad frustrating for you lot.
Well, it is. You know what I'm saying? Because I think if we had an extra 6 points, mate, not being funny, that title will be ours. You know what I'm saying? We will be on the road to winning that title.
No, I don't think, even with Carrick, I don't think you're good enough to win the league.
Yeah, if we were 6 points closer, we'd have 6 points off the top. We got Fulham, West Ham, Everton, Palace. I'm not being funny. We got some easy fixtures coming up. We should be rolling in the points.
And, what's your running looking like? I know you've got us, but you normally do well.
Yeah, we got you again at home. That's 3 points. We got Brighton away. That's 3 points.
The way
I
you
think we've
say
got
that.
Forest at home. They might be deep into the Europa League. If they are, then we could potentially, hopefully get them when they're tired.
But what if they're still in a relegation battle? Because they're actually picking up a bit of form.
Oh, the relegation battle. The relegation scrap is actually quite good this year.
Yeah. Spurs will be dragged into that, If
Oh
they
no, they
keep
are
playing,
dragged into it. They're only
6
8 points.
points, I think, off 18th. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. And obviously Leeds are close to them. Forest are close to them. Palace are now there as well. Yeah, I'm saying. So yeah, man. This guy, by the way, he wants us to save him for because he wants you lot to sign Bellingham.
Oh yeah, big up Baron, the Madrid fan. He was here last week. Well, you know what, Baron? Like my club don't really do much business in January unless we really have to. So maybe we'll take one of them off. Not Vinny, but maybe we'll take one of them off you in the summer. But yeah.
Yeah, you just keep your trash, bro. You're stuck with him. He's about 300 grand a week and stuff like that. Vinny's on about 300k a week. Mbappe's on, I don't even know how much. You just keep your trash, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? You keep struggling, pal. That's your own fault, mate. But yeah, man. Yeah, what about Villa though for the league title? What about Villa? Because they're still there. They're only 4 points off.
I think me and you are of the same opinion. Like I've said, been consistent. I think they do finish third. Was it you that said they get dragged into a top four?
Yeah, I thought they would, but they beat Newcastle away, bro.
Exactly, it's not easy ground. I think third in Europa League for Villa. I think they've got the squad to deal with it. I'm not the biggest fan of Tammy, but they needed to bring him in. Douglas Luiz, who I thought
they bring him in the end.
Yeah, he signed.
And they got Douglas Luiz in. Raw. Wait, did they buy Tammy Abraham permanently?
What, Douglas Luiz?
No, Abraham. Did they buy Tammy Abraham permanently?
I'm not. I've just seen pictures of him signing and smack. I don't know if it's. Help me out in the chat. I don't know if it's loan or permanent, but he's definitely signed this window. I don't know if it's loan or permanent. Oh yeah, someone's saying both on loan.
Oh yeah, but because Tielemans is out for 6 weeks, Kamara's out for the season.
Wait, Tielemans is out.
Yeah, Tielemans out for 6 weeks, and who's the other midfielder they got? Onana. Onana's out for 8 weeks as well. So they got all their midfielders out.
Oh,
and McGinn's out for the season as well.
Raw, their midfield. There's me just about to say to you, I think they've got a big enough squad to win the Europa League and to get top 4 to win the league.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. They're going to get dragged down because I just knew that. Thursday, Sunday.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad.
It does. And if you got, they got not Onana, McGinn, not Onana, McGinn. I thought McGinn was out for the season.
He said no. McGinn's out for a long time. But the one that surprised me was Tielemans. I didn't know Tielemans was out for ages. Oh, someone's saying it's permanent. I think that's Tammy's.
Yeah, that is Abraham. Yeah, they signed Abraham and then Louis on loan.
What I will say, I'm not.
They sold Malin, didn't they?
Yeah, to Roma, innit? That was for 20. Yeah, so they used that. They sold Malin for 21 million and used that same 21 for. They literally just got the transaction and sent it straight back to Besiktas. But I just think I'm not Tammy's biggest fan, but he'll do well there. He knows the club, albeit it was Championship. I remember he had a mad season, him and Grealish, I remember the year we won the champs, but he'll do well there. The fans love him. When they were linked to him again, they were like, look, he had a good stint in the Champions League Championship. Can he do it in the Prem? But yet to see. I think under Lampard, he had a decent spell as well. I know Chelsea fans started to get annoyed towards the end because he was missing sitters, bro. Like, he was missing sitters, and Chelsea fans were like, look, for where we want to go, he's not good enough. But I think for like a mid-table Prem team, he's decent. He is decent. So
yeah.
Winning the league, though, touchdown. For me, they'll be out this title race too.
Yeah, with these injuries, I agree. No, I just got told. I saw it in the group chat that Tielemans is out for 6 weeks. So yeah, I mean, Vinal here is a Villa fan, so he can tell me is who is out for Villa and how long are they out for. And yeah, this is true, by the way. That very reliable as well. Villa fans saying it that Unai Emery is Real Madrid's number 1 to get the job this summer. I can't lie, he's a Real Madrid manager if you ask me. Yeah, I'm saying. Yeah, I know maybe not the level of Real Madrid. You don't know that, but in terms of the style of Real Madrid, he's he'll build a decent team and they'll be good in cups. That they don't play the tiki taka bullshit football. It's just win.
Do you know what I hear that? But don't you think the sample size is very small? But don't you think that job might be a bit too big for him? Because cool. Well, let's go through his clubs, his notable clubs. Yeah, he's been at Sevilla.
Europa Leagues in a row.
I think he did well at Valencia, like maybe 10, 15 years ago. Villa, he's doing an outstanding job.
PSG won the domestic treble out.
But this is my point with PSG, yeah? The first big club, let's be honest, PSG, they measure success by Champions League. Let's be honest.
But they've only even won one, so they can't do that. They've only ever won one Champions League.
But then, would you say? I swear you only won one league title at PSG on my.
Yeah, but in 2 seasons. But like the thing is,
and he lost the league.
People go, but people go, oh, you shouldn't. The more people get onto the fact that he bottled the 6-1 against Barca in it. Yeah, but it's like they lost the league, but they did lose the league to a super team. That Monaco team was ridiculous. It had Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Fabinho. Look at what these players have gone on to do in their careers. At the time, there was Bakayoko, Berbatov was there, Falcao was there. They had a very, very good team, that Monaco team. Like, I'll probably argue that year they probably had a better team than PSG. Do you know what I'm saying? They probably did, because PSG just lost Zlatan to us. We got Zlatan. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't have a great team. So he did lose the league, but then he became the first ever manager in French football history to do a domestic treble. Obviously now Luis Enrique's done it twice. But at the time, he was the first ever to do it, domestic treble. He went to Villarreal, won them their first ever trophy, and he's gone to Aston Villa, and he's got them in a Champions League. What? I think, is it 2 years they get them? Or is it 2? What? No, it's 1 year, maybe. 1 year they were in the Champions League. But they're in the Europa League, bro. Bro, when he turned up there, Villa were relegation scrapping, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? They were relegation fighting.
Do you know what? You got a good... I can just see him doing well initially, maybe going unbeaten in his first 9-10 games of the next season, then being sacked by Christmas, because I just feel like when I look at Real Madrid in the last 5-10 years, obviously, Ancelotti and Zidane are the main 2 managers, been their 2 most successful, but I feel like their name holds weight. I feel like they get the respect. For me, and I think me and you spoke about it last week, Madrid have 3 players that are a problem that all want to be the guy in Bellingham, Vinny, and Mbappe. Everyone else, I think, is all right with kind of being in the background. Them 3 want to be the guy. I think them 3 will think they're bigger than Unai. Obviously, they're not, but I think them 3, if he comes in, they need a manager where they're like, you know what? He's bigger than me. He's a bigger name than me. Like, Klopp's already turned it down, but a manager like a Klopp, do you know what I mean? Where I think commands their respect ASAP. I just think they'll kind of undermine Unai Emery. I could be wrong, because in terms of tactically, I think you're right.
He's worked with Mbappe before, though.
True, and they had a good relationship. I think Mbappe had his second, after the Madrid season, he had his second highest goal scoring season under Emery as well. So you're right in that sense, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but tactically, I think you're right. Like, it's none of this ticky-tack stuff, just win. Madrid are just about winning. But then, do you know why it's a bit hypocritical, touchline, from their fans? If their fans want Emery, because Ancelotti, before, so when he won the Champions League and League double, right, in 23-24, I believe, 23-24, they were just getting results. They weren't playing nice football. And Madrid fans were still, that club's just a bit tapped. They were still saying we need him. You know, when Ancelotti got sacked, I think back end of last season, or I think with 2 weeks to go or whatnot, they wanted him out like 6 months before that. Madrid are just a bit tapped. So I don't know, but tactically, I agree with you. Emery will do well there. He'll do very well there.
I can't believe Touchline's trying to little bro PSG. I can little bro them, mate. My granddad's older than their football club. In the story.
I swear they were founded in like the late
70s. In the 70s. They were founded in the 70s. 74, I think it was. We need Luis Enrique. We need to bring him back home. See this, Baron. This is dreamland, bro, because he would never, ever go to Real Madrid with your current state of your squad. Yeah, and the fact that, managers like Enrique,
there, wasn't he?
He was. He played for Real Madrid and Barca. But what's it called? Luis Enrique needs... he's like another... Same like Arteta and Pep, and they want a year at least to build something. Yeah, Real Madrid don't give that. If you go a year and you're not doing well, you get what I'm saying? They're gonna their fans want you to get sacked. And the thing is, Baron, I know you don't think like you wanted to give Xabi time, but your fans do think like that. And eventually, I don't think you'll go there, especially with the current egos.
Baron kind of validated what I was saying, bro. He's just said literally, and it wasn't just Baron. There's another Madrid fan that goes on Lee Gunner's channel. I forgot his name. I think it's Sam. Big up Sam if he watches this. But he was even saying when 23-24, when they won the League and Champions League double, they wanted him gone. And Baron's just validated what I'm saying. He said, look, after the Champions League final, we wanted him sacked. And it's like, cool. Madrid's just about winning. He literally won you the 2 biggest honours you could win. And that's probably what warranted him another year. But they were like, look, the football's not good. I just think, Touchline, let's just keep it a buck. Every top club, big club in world football want trophies and a style of play now. Because I think we're seeing teams that just win, that don't have a nice style of play. And you could say it was us for the last 6 months of last season, from about January onwards. There's no real harmony because, like, yeah, we're winning, but I'm not liking what I'm seeing. Do you know what I mean? So I just think every top club wants both of them in unison. They want good football and they want the trophy.
Yeah,
Anyone just saying they just want to win now,
Madrid don't. Madrid. The thing is, though, deep down, Madrid don't like. If Madrid fans really want good football, they've got to realize they've got to have a year of a manager. Like, because, for example, as well, Enrique's not going to go into Real Madrid and say, right, I'm going to go and play to Vinicius Junior's strengths, Mbappe's strengths, and Bellingham's strengths. He's going to go and say, I want to play the football I want to play. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what he's going to go in there and do. And at the end of the day, Real Madrid are in a bad scenario. And I'll tell you why. Not as if no one will buy Bellingham, but he's on £330,000 a week. Yeah.
Bellingham?
Yeah, Bellingham's on 330.
I thought he was in the 200. I didn't know.
I don't know how much Vinny's on as well. Vinny's probably on like 400. They pay mad wages, bro, which is fair because they make the most money in the world. Yeah, I'm saying, and then players are delivering.
Biggest club in the world, pal.
second, pal.
That's
yeah, and then yeah, and that's why they haven't had to offload the Alabas, offload the Rudigers, offload the Militao, obviously because injuries and that as well. But because of the wages they pay, teams aren't going to buy their thingy. By the way, lads, I have just got this, by the way, this legendary kit. This is the best kit I think in our history, mate.
That's 10-11, isn't it?
Yeah, we lost the final. But we won the league that year, though. Yeah, I'm saying, of course. What did you win that year? Nothing. Yeah, I'm saying, sitting there watching us on your sofas, pal, probably buying Barca shirts, mate. But yeah, I got Rooney on the back as well. Yeah, I'm saying, this is real, by the way, full authentic, got the authentic tick. So now I'm going to be sitting there saying, I don't need to get out my kid's shirt when they say I was never there when we won the league. I just say, yeah, here's my adult shirt, pal. Yeah, I'm saying.
You know what's mad touchdown about that year, yeah? That's the year when we played at Old Trafford, Berbatov scored the mad hat trick where he literally controls it with his thigh. Just bicycle past Reina. I hated that season. That season.
I love this kit, bro. This kit is so good, bro. This kit is elite. You know what I'm saying?
It's a cold kit. I'll be real. It's a cold
the
kit.
Time it needs to correct the issues and the egos at Madrid. I agree with that, but I think Emery's one of those guys
literally,
that will come in. He will come in though and play to the strengths of his players. This type of that's kind of his style, isn't it? Yeah, I'm saying.
You're spot on with the wages. That's why I think it was tough for Rodrigo in this. First of all, I don't think Rodrigo wanted to leave Madrid. I know he was linked to us. He was linked to Chelsea. He was linked to. I think he was linked to every top Premier League club bar yourself and Spurs. I think actually, Spurs were linked with him, and I think he laughed the Spurs links off. But he was linked to 4-5 out of the big 6, yeah. And one, I don't think he wanted to leave himself, and two, it's the wages. That was the big problem because even Rodrigo, and he's not on like mad wages like a judo or not, but he's still on a decent amount of wages where I think some of the clubs in our league would still look at it and think, do we really want to be paying that? I always said I think he's worth it. A lot of people had their reservation of Rodrigo. I just think he'll come to the Premier League and light it up personally. And I think this myth where you have to be big and strong, in central positions you do. I think if you're 10 or you're or DM or you're central midfielder, I do think you need to have a bit about you. This is why even Verts recently has put on a bit of muscle, and you're starting to see he's starting to ride some challenges a bit better. But this myth that you need to be big and strong as a wide player, you don't. You saw Mahrez, that was like a twig and whatnot. Rodrigo won't need to like add all this muscle, and if he comes to the league, for me, that's only applicable to central players personally.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Speaking of Barca, that Rashford guy is pretty good. I should look into him. Yeah,
Barca fans aren't rating him. Haven't you seen
with his 3 league goals, mate? Yeah, he's doing wonders over there, mate.
Free kick was. Do you see the free kick yesterday?
Ferran Torres has scored 17 goals this season for Barcelona, and I'm supposed to rate what Rashford's doing in that league. That league's trash, mate. Yeah, every single La Liga team lost last night except Barca. Yeah, I'm saying that's because they played Copenhagen. Yeah, that league is terrible, mate. It is.
Wait, so Atleti losing at home to Bodo Glimt.
Yeah, crazy.
Madrid to Benfica. Villarreal lost to... Who did they play again? I think Villarreal played Leverkusen. Correct me if you're right, actually. Because they got 5 teams, innit?
Yeah, they got battered, didn't they? Like 3-0, no?
Yeah, they did. They're the other league. It was England and Spain that got the coefficient points, innit? They're the 2 leagues that could have an extra Champions League spot, I think, last season.
Yeah, I've seen this, that Palace are about to sign Strand Larson 50 million. Obviously, I know that Mateta wants to leave, but Mateta, I do know Mateta. He does miss bare chances, and Mateta is like, I don't know if it's the muscle that's in his body, but he gets gassed out a lot. Like if you watch him, bro, after 20 minutes, he's like,
he's gone, yeah.
He's like Lukaku used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know if it's the muscle that they carry. You know what I'm saying? Because he's built up too much muscle. That's what happened with Lukaku after the World Cup. He bulked up too much muscle, and then he couldn't handle it. But I did see that. Shane Larson's actually quite similar to Mateta in the way they play, quite hold up players, you know what I'm saying, and would do well in that system, or like the way Palace playing with the SARS and that running off them. But 50 million is ridiculous, mate. That shows how desperate they are.
Someone said it in your chat like 5-10 minutes ago. Mateta to Forest. To Forest.
Yeah, but bro. I know that I think Juventus wanted him and Villa wanted him, innit? That's what I saw.
Villa didn't have the money, and I don't think Juve wanted a loan of an obligation, and Palace need the money now. So that's what I was reading. But I've just seen on Sky now, Palace have agreed a loan deal for Gessen. You know he had a lot of promise.
The Villa guy.
He had a lot of promise in the summer, but he's going. You know what? I think Palace want to make a little Conference League run. Obviously, selling
they definitely
sold Gay and whatnot. They're trying to bolster up now.
No, they definitely do. Nothing more depressing than did it with. It's facts, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't want Rashford anywhere near my club, mate. I don't care how many goals that guy scores, bro. Yeah, that guy's a wrong one, mate. You know what I'm saying? I just saw a video the other day of him swearing at the fans again, bro. We've done that plenty of times as well.
Barca fans or United?
No, Man United fans. You know what I'm saying? I remember one time after the game in the car park, he put the middle finger up at the Man United fans. The guy's a wrong one, mate. I don't care how many goals he scores, and he doesn't even score that many goals. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. Liverpool will either play these teams. And I saw this. Juventus, I didn't even know that was our team. I want you to get not even just trying to banter because I want you to get knocked out. I want you to get Atletico because I'm a football fan, innit? I want to watch a good game. I ain't watching Liverpool play Club Brugge, bro. I ain't watching it.
I'll be real with you. That's going to be the trickiest tap. But first of all, I'll take any of these up. But if there's one you ask me to, I want to avoid. Juve are so inconsistent this season. 1 minute they're battering the team, next minute they're drawing. Even in their own league, Galatasaray, you saw, even though we lost 1-0, we were all over them. We should have been about 2-3-0 up in the first half. And Club Brugge, they got, who's really good for them, yeah. And every time I watch him play, he's causing back for a problem. William Forbes from he used to play for Man City's academy. He's actually decent for Club Brugge, but Atletico Madrid, yeah. There's pros and cons why I want them. The pros are touchline. You're good with history, and I know you know your stuff, even about other clubs. Heartbreaking 2020 when we flipping had Adrian that was doing madness in goal. I say to this day,
I remember that game. That was one of the best hate watches of my life.
I know you love it.
I'll tell you what. I found that yesterday, though. I found that yesterday. We stopped you winning the treble in 1977. We beat you in an FA Cup final.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I found that yesterday. That's crazy. But Karen, what would you say? That was crazy.
That's annoyed me. I didn't even know that. But 2020 Atletico Madrid, I stand by it. I know Bayern were cold that year, so PSG. Bayern went on to win it. Had we had Alisson in goal, I reckon we win the Champions League back to back. I still think in 1920, no one's better than us. But 2020 still hurts with Llorente, Morata, and Simeone running down the touchline. It pissed me off. And 2010. Now, you might not remember this, but we had Atletico Madrid in a semi-final. Then they went on to play Fulham, and we would have beat Fulham. Even though it was Hodgson and we were stunk that season, we would have beat Fulham. They had Dempsey, Damien Duff. They had a decent team. But, bro, Diego Forlan scores, because that was away goals at the time. I think Diego Forlan scored like in the added time of extra time and then sent us out, bro.
Well,
and what he done for you lot in 2003 as well.
Yeah, of course I do. He made the Scousers cry. Go. Oh, yeah, it is actually Here We Go, by the way, for Sean Larson to Palace.
Swear.
Yeah, it happened 3 hours ago. £45 million plus £5 million in add-ons.
Yeah.
So that deal was done, man.
Quickly on that last 16, though. The pros why I want them is to avenge the heartbreak of, because we beat Atletico bare since then. But it's been in like group stage formats. It's been in like league phase. It's not had any real meaning to it. But in terms of knockout football, they knocked us out. Semi-final of Europa League 2010, UEFA Cup at the time, and then 2020 the other year when they knocked us out. But bro, the cons of playing them, out of them 4 teams touchline, one of our Achilles heels are long balls. Atletico Madrid, I know because one of my boys watch the Liga often. Like he loves that league. he said this myth of Diego Simeone playing just dead football, it's a myth. He said when you lot only watch him in Champions League and he's normally playing a big team, so he's a bit more pragmatic. But he's actually Atletico actually play free flow, and I said, I'm actually going to look in and see what they're saying here. But he said in the Champions League, they're your Achilles heel. They're the team you don't want to play because you've seen it at Palace, you saw it against Chelsea. You lot didn't really play long ball as such, but when you did, remember when you played us at Anfield, that diagonal turn Bremer was on every time.
Mm-hmm.
We don't like Route 1. So Atletico Madrid with
yeah. Part of me also does want you to get them because I know they'll beat you. You know what I'm saying? I know they'll beat you as well.
I actually think I think you knock them out. It'll be tough.
Does anyone else just think you lot are just mad ungrateful to Arne's slot? Do you know he has got the best record ever in the Champions League in terms of win percentage for a manager?
You're shameless. It's 10 plus games. I saw that.
19 games, 14 wins. That's a very good record.
But still, I can't lie, Touch.
And he told you he's happy to get to the round of 16 because 2 years ago you was in the Europa League getting knocked out by Atlanta, losing 3-0.
He's just saying the wrong. Bro, what? That pissed me off.
I saw someone say I saw someone say he's going to start calling you victim soon. Yeah, he's gonna start saying outrageous stuff. Soon.
I can't lie. Obviously, that's bad. If he was to do that, he'd get sacked on the spot.
The Den fans are right on the spot. Big up to David, by the way. This is David from the terrace. You better win another Champions League because you won't win in a Prem in another 20 odd years. You search for Klopp 2.
You know what? Big up David, because I see Davis on the terrace all the time. Big up. I actually like your stuff, but you're a United fan, so I'll naturally have a bit of hate for you. But big up David every time. But do you know what? I heard this, we won't win another Prem for 20 years. We heard that after our COVID one, and we won it 5 years later. Football, so I know you're bantering. Football's cyclical, you know what I mean? I reckon we'll probably win the Prem again for the next 3-4 years, bro. We're not going to go 30 years again. Do you know what? The only club that are doing 30 years or going to go long is Spurs. I think all of the top 5.
They've got 60 years, bro.
Oh, yeah. No, but I mean, if they was to win it, I reckon they're the club capable of going 30 years again, bro. I genuinely think it's them.
Oh, I'll be honest, mate. It's looking like the next year, the next era is Man United. Yeah, I'm saying Pep's cracking up. He's already putting his air out. He's already been putting the rest of his follicles out. Yeah, I'm saying after United been slapping him.
His nails aren't long enough at the moment. Otherwise, you'll see them mark. But do you know what?
We just are that team, aren't we? We just are that. When we're good, we're going to start slapping because we're not going to do what Arsenal do and start drawing big games away from home and go, oh, that's a good result. We're going to go to Anfield and win. We're going to go to the Etihad and win. Do you get what I'm saying? We're going to start doing that. And when we do it, listen, because there's no big team that's our bogey team. In fact, there's no team in English football that's our bogey team. We beat every English football team more times than they beat us. Do you know what I'm saying? You might have a bad record in recent years, but we beat Arsenal 100 times, beat you lot more times than you. We beat every team.
We're the closest to you, though. I see it the other day. In terms of, obviously, you've beat every other English team more times than they beat you, but we are the closest to you.
Got up here.
I think out of the big teams, we're
Arsenal are 9 wins off us, and you're 12.
Oh, fair. Yeah. I just assumed. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? Quickly on David, he kills me because do you know Positive Dan, Arsenal fan? Big up Positive Dan as well. But when like they used to do a regular show. I don't know if they still do it. I've not been up to date with Terrace too much, but like Positive Dan will say something mad like we're winning the league. But by 10 points clear, we're winning the league 3 months earlier.
He said they're going to do a three-peat after they win it.
And David's face would just be like, are you being for real? Big up David.
Because they haven't been here before, bro. They don't understand. They think, you win a league and then you just win it again next year if you sign a few players. You won the league. Are you winning it again this year? No. Do you know what I'm saying? Arsenal have never done back-to-back Premier League titles. So that's why they can't talk about Champions League because they've never done it. Do you know what I'm saying? So
wait, do you mean Premier League or League?
No, Premier League. Obviously, they done league title free, but that was in the 30s. They done a three-peat. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what's mad? Because I'm like you, like I'm a football connoisseur. I like to know my history. I didn't know they won. They have that song that we won the league at Anfield, won at the Lane. They say twice. They won it back to back at Chelsea. They won it 2 years in a row in the 30. So when they
to be honest, that is their biggest ever flex. You know that. That is their biggest ever flex. That winning the league at everyone's ground.
Everyone's ground, yeah.
Bridge, Spurs, Anfield, and Old Trafford.
That's why
the league at every ground.
That's why I think Turkish got excited. They got Turkish every time. I think he got excited because he said, "Oh, we've won it everywhere else, but Etihad, we're gonna win it at Etihad this season." It's like, no, you're not.
Like Man City won a big club back in their day. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas the other one, maybe not Chelsea as much, but Chelsea were rival. They were big in London. Chelsea were big in London for like the football firms, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So winning the league got all the thingy. But yeah, I don't know about Carrick getting a contract, by the way, just to answer your question. I don't know about that yet. I guess we'll...
Touch, I remember I said to you, Do you remember I said to you, Ineos have been very sentimental in the past. Obviously, Ten Hag should have been sacked after the FA Cup. Even though you won it, he should have been sacked. You were literally a toenail of getting knocked out from Coventry. But either way, he got the job done. But they were like, you know what? I think some of your fans were sending them letters and whatnot. You know what? You won the FA Cup. Let's buy you more time. That inevitably was a detriment to the following season. Amorim should have been sacked after the Europa League final. How you're letting Spurs get their first trophy in 16, 17 years is beyond me, right? And even in the game, I think you were better than them. He should have been sacked. I think there's a lot of sentiment, but do you know what? Carrick is the exception. I feel like he's the one manager, because people need to stop saying, Ineos going to be sentimental again. He doesn't deserve the job. This is a good manager. The only reason why he didn't get promotion with Middlesbrough he didn't do well after he missed out on promotions, because a lot of his players were on loan. Say that again. They didn't back him, and a lot of his players were on loan, and they got raided. I think Carrick is a top man, and this makes me sick as a Liverpool fan, but Carrick's a top manager, and I genuinely believe, I'm not going to lie, Touchline, he gets you top 4. I think he gets you top 4. I've said this to you. I genuinely think he gets you top 4 now. I say you give him here because he knows the club. I didn't know he was a season ticket holder as well. Like,
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if it was tongue in cheek, but they said it after the Arsenal game. Like,
he's been at away games and stuff like that. I've seen him in away crowds. Yeah.
I think he's a season ticket holder, man. But I think Carrick will. You know, like United have gone down the routes of the big names, the Van Gaals, the Mourinho. Albeit, I know like there was still stuff above Ed Woodward and whatnot. So I'm not going to blame it all just on the managers. But I genuinely just believe this guy could be the answer. And I know some people might watch this back and think I'm trolling. I'm genuinely not. Do you know Ty, my boy Ty from Never? He's not as involved in Never a Foul as much.
But I know he wants him as the manager. He's a top 3
and
candidate.
Everyone laughed at him, side whatnot. People are still like, you might have gone a bit early, but people are coming round to it a bit more. So the fact David, well, actually, I thought David was agreeing. Now he's saying he wants to win the league. But come on, David, be realistic. You're not going to win it.
For me, as I said, if he puts 6 past you lot in May, then he can get the job.
I'm never confident. You won't put 6, but that game.
I'm saying he has to put 6 past you lot. We have to. We have to absolutely destroy you lot, bro. We owe you one.
It's the 4th to last game. I didn't know it was that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. I'd react on my channel saying you're going to win the league at Old Trafford or Guard of Honor at Old Trafford and all that stuff. And now it looks like we're going to put you lot in the Europa League and we slap 4 past you and beat you 4-0. Maybe Salah might get his scrappy goal and then sit there and pretend that he played well because he scored a scrappy goal against United. Oh, yeah, and Boehmu's touch was really good that day. He's cutting those passes for fun. Yeah, I'm a bit behind in the chat. Hold on. Let me scroll down a bit. It's Donna and Donna is Shirley. Who United? Brighton is our bogey team. Yeah, Brighton are our bogey team, to be fair, but we did slap them 4 past them this season. No, but the thing is, Brighton are a bogey team. Danny Welbeck is our bogey. Yeah, you're right. You bang on about that. But I think if we were actually a good team, I think we'd slap them up. Do you get what I'm saying? Because even this season, we slapped them 4 past them. And then we just played them in the FA Cup when we had no Mboimo, no Ahmad and that. And they ended up beating us. And I think Darren Fletcher, I think we played them in the last day of the season, which we have actually got them in the last day. So I think we're going to beat them. Do you get what I'm saying? I think the likes of Mboimo and Cunha on the break against their way they like to play football, they like to play on the front foot. I think we'll tear them apart, mate. To be honest with you. So, but Brighton are a bit of a boat. I think they beat us last 7 out of 10 times, the same goal on those lines. So, yeah, man.
I can't lie, bro. And Bremer, I said it when you signed him and Cunha. I'm not this reactionary type of guy. Even this come from your fan base as well. When Cunha went through a bad bit of form, this guy's pants, this isn't Wolves. He needs to realize he's at United, purple patch player. I said, look, let that guy have a bit. I called it touchdown at 2-2. I said, imagine Cunha because catch from the catch up. I said he hates him. He's always on him. So I said, imagine Cunha scoring. I actually said if we win the game, I said my head's telling me was it 2-1 Arsenal, heart said me 2-0 United. Cunha off the bench to score to dagger. Remember Ollie Watkins dagger in the last minute for Villa, and it was the limbs behind. Something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? I said at 2-1 after Dorgu scored. Big up Dorgu as well. It's unfortunate his injury. Wherever you support, we're rivals and whatnot. You never want to see. And I'll never make jokes about injury or whatnot. So 10 weeks out is mad, and he's been integral to your last 2 wins. But I think with Cunha, when you went 2-1 and Dorgu scored, I still didn't think United would win the game. I said, for me, I put a tweet out. I said, for me, this ends 2-2. But if United put on Cunha, the counter attack, and I think United could go on to win this game. So I was kind of on the money there. But I said when you signed Cunha and Bremer, I said, and Bremer will be your and Bremer would be your Salah, right? My fan base, people don't actually listen. They just kind of want to respond. What do you mean? He won't score as much goals. I said, no, I'm not saying he'll hit the records that Salah has, but he'll be United's talisman. I think when chips are down and they need that goal, even if he's not playing particularly great, I think Bremer could be that guy. When you signed Cunha and Bremer, I was sick. I was like, you've got to give it to them. This club have been in disarray, finished 15th and signed the two because they both hit 20 each.
Biggest club in the world, pal.
They both hit 20 each, innit?
Yeah, bro. Listen, Cunha is a weird lie that Cunha's been bad for United. It's actually a weird lie. Actually, I saw George the other day I know you was on there this episode, but midday live, and he said Cunha's been shit for 4 months. Do you get what I'm saying? I was like, no, he hasn't. Like, did you watch the Bournemouth at home? He was best player on the pitch. Arsenal at home, best player on the pitch. Fulham away, best player on the pitch. Anfield away, second half, best player on the pitch, or one of the best players on the pitch. Do you get what I'm saying? There's probably other games we can list off. Newcastle, first half, best player on the pitch. What was that? There's probably 2 or 3 other games we can name where he's been the best player on the pitch. Do you get what I'm saying?
Just know this now. LB and George don't rate Cunha like that. So take what they say.
No, George does though, because if you go look at his old tweets, he was begging Tottenham to sign him, so he does rate him.
Oh, fair.
Yeah, I'm saying make sure you smash the.
Wait, they're saying you slated Cunha. We might need to roll the tapes. Let's roll the tape. Obviously, I didn't know.
Bro, I've got a Cunha shirt, bro. What are you offering? Ignore PFC, man. Let's go.
Maybe he's joking.
Yeah, he probably is. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow in the Twitch as well. I'm going to try and get up to a couple hundred followers.
You know what, Touchline, yeah? Another Discord, as a United fan, because I've seen what Davis just said, about we say football this weekend. This Arsenal team can't win the league. Big up Flawless, because Flawless said, look, I hate Arsenal, I hate City, but because he doesn't see City as much of a threat, like City don't annoy him as much. He would actually rather City win the league than Arsenal. He's saying City don't affect him. Who would you actually want to win the league out of them two? Because David saying he doesn't want... Yeah.
Arsenal. I'd rather Arsenal any day of the year, any day of the week. Because
David, what about you?
Especially during the 4-peat season, Arsenal, I didn't want City doing the 4-peat, which is now from our job to go and do the 4-peat because they've shown they could do it. So go and do the 4-peat. Yeah, when we win the league again, go and do it and go try win 4 in a row. But they've done the 4-peat. But, bro, City are only 5 Premier League titles off. I do think we're going to win the Premier League in a few years anyway. So I do think we are going to end up just building it up again.
Barada 2028, remember? Barada 2028.
These, I don't know, number 8 is our lucky number, bro. Do you get what I'm saying? 68 won the Champions League.
2008.
08 won the Champions League.
Yeah.
99, the season started in 98. 98, 99 won the Champions League, won the treble. Do you get what I'm saying, bro? The 8 is our lucky number. Yeah. So when he said 2028, he's probably not wrong. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I'll be honest. I think I just don't want City get to 10 Premier Leagues as well. I don't want City get to 10.
Do you know what? This is to all the United fans in the chat, but David actually made me think of the question. You can't say Villa. Of course, I know you lot would want Villa.
Yeah, everyone would.
But realistically, I think they fall off soon, right? But out of the two, who would most of the United fans in your chat and that want? Because I know City are your noisy neighbours, but Arsenal will still be, if they win it, they'll still be 6 league titles. I care. Big up Terry, because Terry Fields always says he just cares about who wins the most trophies. And you could be the biggest club in the world, pal, but we're the most successful in the country.
Yeah, but again, let's not go there because I've already told you about your trophies, pal. Liverpool's trophy cabinet is stat padded with Europa Leagues, League Cups, and Super Cups. When it comes to the big 3, the Premier League, the Champions League, the FA Cup, 13-2, 3-6, 13-8, pal. Yeah, and how many trebles, doubles, 3 peaks of you done, pal.
Don't just make the narrative suit. Don't just do that to make it suit your narrative. If you're including every trophy,
we don't care about trophies won before World War One, bruv. None of us were alive. Do you get what I'm saying? None of us were alive. Do you know what kit you wore in 1914 or something? Do you know what kit you wore?
1994, I do. 1914.
1940. Do you know what kit you wore? Exactly.
1994, we actually wore.
Can you name a player from the starting 11? Do you even know? Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Ain't even alive today. Yeah, I'm saying we all know. Listen, pal. When it comes to modern day success, I can't wait till we overtake you. We are going to overtake you again. I can't wait till when we overtake you because that thing when you lot put up on the motorway, don't worry, Manchester, you're 37 miles away from the country's most successful club. And I was like, hold on a minute, I thought you lot were Scouse, not English. What are you talking about? Now you're English now. You get what I'm saying? Now you're English now. So
you know, when it comes to league titles, overtaking whatnot, we're level at the moment. So I can't really put up a fight with that. But Champions League, I'm telling you, in mine and your lifetimes, you won't surpass us in Champions League. I promise you. You just won't. You just won't. Because even that competition, I can see us winning it within the next 2-3 years. We just have.
I see English teams for the next few years, unless obviously like a Barca or something, or PSG have a year that they had last year, or a Bayern. I think English teams are so.
You know what's beautiful? Do you know what's beautiful? Yeah, big up PSC made a very good point. If Arsenal win it, people will forget. Do you know what the beauty about this summer is? Well, I'm gonna go on holiday if they win it, because my mum and my brother in my household already they support Arsenal, and I've got to deal with them. Then I've got to go on Twitter touchline. You know what Twitter's like. But do you know the beauty? If Arsenal do win the Champions League, we've got a World Cup to look forward to. World Cup is 10 times bigger than Arsenal winning the flipping league. So yeah, they might have 3 weeks of rubbing it in, whatnot. But the minute people start speaking about England and formations and who should start, we'll forget about Arsenal, bro.
Why does everyone tell me to chill? I'm chill, bro. What are you talking about? I'm chill. I'm very.
I think they meant you went in. You said something specific because you're not up to. Because I'm reading the chat. You said something a bit wilder, and
I think I've always said I think we're going to win the league soon. I don't think we're that far off at all. I think we obviously needed.
You know this myth that you need 3 or 4 years to build a team to win the league. It's a myth. You don't.
You're not. No. If you're a Spurs, you need about 10 years to catch up. With United, we're lucky, because how big we are. We still sign good players when we're terrible. You know what I'm saying? Where Spurs have to scrap on, I'm not even trying to dig. Spurs and Newcastle, they have to scrap on the players that are like the big clubs' 6th or 7th targets to get. Do you get what I'm saying? So that's why they get behind us. We don't. We can still sign the best players in the world. You know what I'm saying?
But this brings on to my point. I wish I knew you in May. How fuming was you when you lost that Europa League final?
I was devastated, mate. I'll be honest. I was devastated. Now looking in hindsight, though, I'll listen. We weren't going to win the Champions League this year. Let's have it right. I know English teams are superior, and Spurs are actually 4th from their group, which tells you how superior English teams are. Yeah, I'm saying
that's a joke. That is actually a joke.
Yeah, I know it's crazy, but obviously the cups, the domestic cups, that one I'm not going to look. But be honest, I'm half kind of glad we're not in Europe this year. I'd love to have a trophy, and then we would have been able to go in the Super Cup, potentially win that. Then we're on the same trophies as you lot, and then all of a sudden, who's the most successful club in the country? Do you get what I'm saying? So I understand that element, but for me, I was devastated, man. But at the end of the day, it could be a blessing in disguise, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It could be a real blessing in disguise. Yeah, I'm saying a real blessing in disguise.
I hear that. Yeah, you lot, I can't lie. At the moment, you lot are a problem. I can't. You know what I hate about content creating? They say to you, stop glazing, stop being that. But I'm someone that likes to be objective. I can't lie about what I'm seeing. Do you know? And one of my friends made a very good point, though. He is a United fan like yourself, and he was like, look, 2 big wins, but United have never had a problem against the big teams. Even under Amorim, you would get big scouts and big games. He's like, the games I'm now looking to is the one on the weekend, Fulham at home, other teams where we go away. The games that we were kind of losing under Ten Hag and under Amorim, they're the games I want to build up momentum, because I do think that fella cuts his hair soon. You will get 5 on the spin before the end of the season, but that's probably where you lot need to pick up your wins, because in the big games you've been all right. I'd say the best part of the last 2 years you've been all right in the big games, but I am worried about. I think if we sack Slot soon, which I'm not believing it anymore. I was seeing by people I know that know people in the crowd. I was hearing, he's on for nice. He should be gone by Tuesday. I mean, well, he's still here. And I said from early, I think as long as he keeps flirting in the Champions League positions and eventually gets us Champions League, he will leave at the end of the season, 100%. I think. But he won't. Yeah,
I agree.
He won't leave anytime soon. I got gas, big up, because even Monts that to me, I think he's going to be gone this week. You saw some of our and I'm not speaking about Indy, you can't believe everything what he said. When it comes to Liverpool, though, he's got quite a bit right. But in general, you can't really believe what Indy says. But other credible people within our club were saying, what, he's on the brink. There could be an announcement this week. But I've been saying, but what worries me though is you've seen United under Carrick. Although it's been 2 games, it looks promising. Look, Chelsea under a senior, I want your opinion on this, because for me, I didn't watch their game yesterday.
But no, I did. I watched it, yeah. He's doing all right.
No, but then I think, I can't speak on last night, right? But Charlton, they're supposed to beat Charlton. Paphos, they straight pass.
No, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, they're supposed to beat these games. I hear that.
they're supposed to win these games. Like I've not been all of seen Brentford. Speak to most Chelsea fans, they got lucky. Brentford just kept missing chance after chance after chance. I just think I've not seen a Rosenior performance where actually tell a lie. Palace, they were good. Let me not be disingenuous. Palace, they were good, but put it like this: I'm more convinced by United and Carrick than Chelsea and Rosenior. But
Yeah,
what I will
Chelsea
say
ain't
is,
winning those games.
Palmer,
Their fans
I
are
know
talking about winning at Emirates next week. They ain't doing that.
they're not. Yeah, they're not winning. I think the final will be City Arsenal. I don't think Chelsea. Even how about this? I even think Chelsea could potentially score first because first goal is crucial. But I think Arsenal have enough to knock them out. But what I will say is, and Chelsea fans are saying this, the relationship with Palmer and João Pedro. I know it was a small sample size, but from the Club World Cup, it was a good sample size. It was a good relationship, right? You're kind of seeing it now. For me, Cole Palmer needs to get surgery. I know he wants to go to the World Cup, but you can tell he's not fully fit, right? The synergy between Esteval, Palmer, and João Pedro, it does look frightening. I'm not going to lie. The synergy between them three, if Chelsea can keep them fit, because Esteval now has to start for Chelsea. He's their best right winger. You could say best winger in general. They can't keep staggering him because I was hearing Esteval in 2025 had a lot of minutes for Palmeiras. So Chelsea were staggering his minutes. You can't play young players too much, but now 2026, they need to have him consistently and starting them for the running because you see Pedro Neto touchline there. Wolves, I love him.
So bad, bro. So bad.
He is bad. You see Garnacho.
Him and Garnacho, bro. Honestly, mate. Yeah, and we told him about Garnacho, by the way. Yeah, that guy. I saw a clip of him tripping up over the ball. Couldn't even beat the Paphos right back. Yeah, he's so bad. And Pedro Neto, bro. He received the ball yesterday, and bro, oh my gosh,
do you know what is touchline? I think Garnacho he's the scar. I do not rate him as a footballer, but if I'm being generous here, the one thing he still does give Chelsea, Don always reminds me, big up Don, he has the spreadsheets. His GA is decent for the minutes he's played, and his GA ratio to game is decent for Chelsea. By the way, this ain't me rating Garnacho. I think he's poor. I think he's an abysmal player, right? But with Pedro Neto, it's literally nothing. To be fair, he scores the odd goal in a big game, Arsenal a couple times and whatnot, but Garnacho at least still offers them GA. They're both poor, by the way, but Pedro Neto's like, you one of my favorite players. I wanted Liverpool to sign him. And now, do you know what's unfortunate for him as well, touchline? He was an injury-prone player. I have to pick up Chelsea.
Now he's not injured anymore, isn't it?
Now he's not injured, and he's just gone to like shite because you need to pick up Chelsea's medical team because Reece James they managed to keep fit. Neto they managed to keep fit. Two players that couldn't even string 10 games in a row together. Fofana's been in and out, but Fofana can still keep fit. They just need to do their work on Lavia now because again, I genuinely, you might not agree with this touchline. I think if Lavia stays fit, he could become the best DM in the league. He is cold. I want him over Caicedo. How about this? I was more upset.
Lavia is cold. Yeah,
he's cold. I was more upset that we missed out on him than Caicedo when we got snubbed.
It's like part of me, wouldn't mind United taking a punt on him and he just becomes like not injury prone. And
not injury prone. I hear you.
Like Reece James has become. But most of the time though, when it's players that are injured, especially when they're young, it's usually them doing stuff. Like Dembele said it himself. Dembele was injury prone because he was going out drinking and not eating the right food.
I see that.
He started to realize, okay, I'm going to take care of my body now. So usually most of the time when a player's injury prone, not all the time, like even Neymar, like as much as we always say about Neymar, his injuries and stuff like that, he was also drinking. He was doing things he shouldn't be doing. And I feel like the majority of players that are injury prone is because they're doing things they shouldn't be doing. They're not doing what God wants them to do, basically. We would have won 8 or 9 European titles. I actually agree with this, by the way. This is true. I think.
This is where, as much as we hate each other, we can both say this because I agree with that. But this was our fault, self-inflicted with the Hazel disaster. But if we didn't have the English team didn't have the 5-year ban from 85
Everton would have won that, yeah. Everton would have won it. Everton would have won it a year.
Yeah, they were cold. They were actually cold. But I'm sorry, within them 5 years, I think we win at least 2 out of them 5 seasons. At least.
Yeah, probably. Everton, Arsenal might have won it as well. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, English teams were dominant during that period. That's why you won all your Champions Leagues because you played in an era. You was good in an era where English teams were dominant, innit?
Even Ipswich won what?
That's why we need to pattern up now because English teams are dominant now. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what, touchline? Yeah, I'll be honest. You're right because Ipswich won a Europa League in the 80s, I believe. Villa got their first Champions League.
Yeah. Forest done back to back. Liverpool done back to back. Liverpool done 4 in like 10 years.
No, you're right.
And even that era was just weak in general. Like I think Bayern done a 3-peat. Ajax done a three-peat. Like teams are doing, bro. It was like back to back.
But
Nowadays, only one team's ever done back to back in the current format, and that's Real Madrid. Do you know what I'm saying? They've done 3 in a row. Yeah, you don't get it anymore. You don't get it anymore. You get back to back finals, which we did. You lot did as well, but obviously you lost the first one and then won the second one. Do you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. I'm trying to catch up on some of these comments, man. Who big
up the chat, smash the like.
Baron, don't ever disrespect Vinny ever again, man. Come on, man. Yeah, I'm saying, don't ever disrespect Vinny. Yeah, I'm saying, but make sure to smash the likes up. Yeah, so get these likes up to 50 likes, and also join the Discord and follow the Twitch. They're both in the both pinned. Yeah, I'm saying, trying to get to 100 followers on Twitch as possible. You finished blast 20 times allowed. Oh, he's this guy is a Liverpool fan.
Who's that about? The 20 times.
Talking about Liverpool. Yeah, you've only finished above us 9 times since 1992. Which is why I didn't understand why your fans were going, we're below Man United at the start of the season. Like, it's not normal for you lot. Do you get what I'm saying? Should be normal. Even since Fergie, we finished above you 5 times. You know what I'm saying? We still finish above you lot. You know what I mean? We still finish above you.
I hate your club is the only thing I hate in life. When people ask, do you hate anything? I'm like, other than United, no. Like, I dislike it.
Is it because we ruined your life?
Child, no. Adolescents and teenagers have been amazing in terms of shitting on United fans, but my childhood, of course, bro, of course. You know what? I used to say it was Chelsea as well, but when I deep it, can I ask you something, Care? Because I had this debate with a Chelsea fan, yeah. Do you think they've ever really had a period of domination?
No, they didn't. They just had a...
They didn't. They just winning a lot of trophies, but because I remember that in Abramovich's reign, he only had 3 trophy seasons, but a lot of them are FA Cups and League Cups and whatnot, and they did a few doubles, to be fair. I know 2010 they did FA Cup and League double. I know 2015 they did the League Cup and League double.
And there was also years where they finished 6th, finished 5th, and stuff. They didn't dominate, bro.
Exactly. So this myth where some Chelsea fans that we've dominated. Hold on. When United fans say they dominated, cool. City United in English and Liverpool in the 80s, but City United and Liverpool are only 3 teams that can really say they've dominated. Even Arsenal in 6 years, yeah, you won 3 league titles. They did doubles, but Arsenal can't. But then again, no, you can't call it domination because United was still there. But like, I only think really 3 English teams have dominated. Sorry, there was a team in the 60s. I think didn't Wolves have a little period of domination as well? I know they were massive like back in the day. I can't remember, but I hate when Chelsea fans said we dominate. It's like, no, you won a lot of trophies, but domination is like leagues after leagues and Champions Leagues as well. It's not the other two, really.
Yeah, I actually don't know, bro. Who dominated in the 60s, but yeah, bro. Like, I don't think Chelsea have ever dominated because they've only won 6 league titles, by the way, in their history. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. They've won less league titles than Everton, won less league titles. Everton have done more dominate. If technically you could say Everton dominated the 80s, but they didn't because there was always a more dominant team. We were more dominant than Chelsea, and then they just carried on a little bit after we were dominant, like in 015, 07, and then City were dominant that year anyways. So they never dominated. It's like saying you lot dominated in the last 10 years because you won back 10 trophies, you won Champions League, you won every trophy there is to win. No,
we've had about 6 trophyless seasons within that. Because remember, when we won the domestic cup double, they were both in a season, and then 20 to 21, when Oli finished above us, we finished 4th that year, and then 22-23 finished 5th that year, and no trophy. They're the 2 years to be fair, since 2018, they're the only 2 seasons we've had trophy. We've had like out of our last 7, it's been 2 trophy seasons. But I get what you mean. Still, I do get what you mean.
Yeah, no, Chelsea never dominated, bro. They've just been really, really good consistently over the last. Well, I won't say the last 4 years, but other than that, for Junior Abramovich era, I won't say dominated. I'd say, yeah, you say the only English team that dominated is Man City, Man United, and Liverpool, and we're the only one without hysterics, mate. Out of the 3, so we did it legitimately.
We
need refs, and there's never been any proof for that.
Touchline. Can I clear something up this COVID? Do you know the real? And I think you know this.
I'll talk about the COVID title. You just said it. You got English teams banned.
Oh, fair.
Yeah,
I thought you were about to say COVID title because the real one.
We can get into the COVID title if you want.
No, but we can because the real one is City's 2021.
Yeah, we had audiences. We've done a 3-peat without no COVID titles needed.
Fair. But 29 game weeks out of 38, and we only needed, I think, 4 more points to win the league. No, it was wrapped up with audiences. City had the real.
We'd actually have done 36 wins in a row if it weren't for who?
And this is why, when we did the preview to the Arsenal game, this is why you even said it. United are the best at party pooping. Yeah, this is why I said to you, you're probably the team.
When we're the underdogs, United turn up. Do you know what I'm saying? When Man United are the underdogs, we turn up, bro. Yeah, I'm saying one of the best underdog United is one of the best teams in the world. Yeah, I'm saying. And that's just a fact. Yeah, we stopped you lot doing 36 wins in a row. I think we stopped City going unbeaten at home. I know that season where they've done Centurions because we remember we were 2-0 down at half time. They were going to win the league on our head top and we beat them 3-2. Pogba scored a brace. So yeah,
Stop Arsenal going 50 unbeaten as well.
Yeah, stop Arsenal going unbeaten. Ended their unbeaten streak. Yeah, man, we've done a lot of things, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We stopped you lot winning the treble, as I said earlier. You know what I'm saying?
I did not know that. That's annoying.
We FA, and we were terrible back then, by the way. That was when we got relegated 3 years before. Yeah, I'm saying you lot were dominating the kings of Europe and all that. And then what happened, bro? We played you in an FA Cup final, Wembley, and Manchester United stopped you winning the treble, and then 20 years later we won the treble ourselves. Yeah, I'm saying it's a shame we couldn't do it it's a shame we couldn't do it against City. But I blame people like Rashford. You know what I'm saying, ducking out of 50-50s and headers in that game. You know what I'm saying? If we had a bit more heart in that team, we probably
was poor that final. He was poor. I remember that final,
bro.
I remember that final, yeah. I'm an idiot, but I was in the pub with my friends and I was like, I should have went toilet before the game. But the minute it kicked off, I went toilet. I hear everyone screaming. I was like, oh, and I see Gundogan's volley. Before I'd even proper settled on our table, he scored. That was mad. Yeah,
no, that goal was crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? De Gea should have saved the second one as well. Yeah, we were terrible that final, mate. Honestly, we were terrible. If we managed to win that, that'd have been mad. But as I say, bro, players like Rashford and that, who was supposed to be Manchester born and bred and all that stuff, and you hate Man City and that stuff, was ducking out of 50-50 headers with Rodri and that. It was crazy. But Unai Emery is being discussed internally at Real Madrid. Jurgen Klopp and other managers are also being discussed. As of now, it's only internal discussions for Fabrizio Romano. That's confirmed, by the way.
I'm not saying this just because I'm a Liverpool fan. I said this when he left. I genuinely believe he just doesn't want to manage at them. I'm not saying forever, but I just think right now he just doesn't want to manage. That I just don't think Klopp wants to manage.
We were talking earlier about Real Madrid managers. Klopp doesn't suit Real Madrid, bro. That's what I'm saying. They don't want to give a manager time. So if you're not willing to give a manager time, you can't go in for the elite coaches nowadays. They want a year at least to build something. Yeah, and they want to have a bit of, not maybe a bit of control, but they want to be like, cool, I want you to buy players for my system so I can work that stuff and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean?
Do you know what else I've always said, touchdown as well? Like, as much as, listen, Klopp's been the most successful manager in my lifetime. I'll always have respect for him. But this myth, Klopp never got money. He was complicit. Do you know how much windows he didn't even want money as well? Like, there's some windows where there was money available.
When you spent 500 million in one window, that got proven that it was him.
There you go. So, like, with Klopp, like, as much as people say, FSG didn't back him enough, there was some windows where he was complicit. He said, look, and that's why at Madrid, he will have money to spend. Not really on centre-backs. They never do. They never try and go over the board with centre-backs in Madrid. They normally wait till you have a year left or on a free. As we know, with your Rudigers, your Trents, and I think there's many more. Did they pay for Housen or didn't he go on a free?
He was their first centre-back they bought since Varane. No. He was their second. They bought Militao and they bought Huijsen. Since then, they bought a centre-back since Varane, which was in like 2011.
And exactly. So I think Rudiger, Trent technically was 10 million. I'm going to be shameless here, but you get the gist. They make sure it's super cheap or they get you on a free. But Klopp would have money to spend, and I feel like a lot of money overwhelms him. He likes to go to clubs where he can build and he can deal with players that don't cost a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Build players, players with potential to superstars. That Dortmund, he didn't have a lot of money. Liverpool, he did have a lot of money, but there's summers where he could have spent more, which I believe he genuinely didn't want to spend money. So yeah, man, it's one of them ones. That myth just needs to be eradicated. He was complicit with a lot. I'll never forget there was a win. In fact, he apologized to us touchline. I remember he did an interview. Was it start of 22-23, saying we don't need midfielders. Then you saw 22-23, Milner, Fabinho, and Henderson were literally on their last legs, and then the end of the season, like, you know what? Maybe the fans were right. We do need midfielders. Like, a blind man could see we needed them. So he actually took accountability. But yeah, I don't want to slander him too much. That's the best manager I've seen at my club.
Make sure to smash the like button, as I say, man. Come get these likes to 40 likes. We're 5 subs off 3.3k as well, man.
Come on, man. Smash them likes.
You've got to smash this like. There's 60 people inside. Yeah, only 37 likes. We can get these likes up to 40 likes. Hit the sub button up, hit the like button up, follow the Twitch as well, lads. Come on, man. Yeah, I agree with this, by the way. I need Emery to bury the way Arsenal fans talk about him. They hate.
Yeah.
And the thing is like I don't get it. I think they don't want it. It's one of those things where you don't want to accept you're wrong. And maybe they were just wrong, but he is genuinely a good manager. Yeah, I'm saying.
Troop said something. Was it on goal? or was it on that Sport Bible? But Troops had a gig or something, and he said if Arsenal had Emery for 5, 6 seasons, they would have at least won one league title. And I
They'll
agree with
definitely
that.
won more than what they've won.
100%, 100%.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I reckon they probably would have won a league title. I'm not saying they would have won multiple, but they would have at least won one. One of the second place finishes out of the three, I think he would have got over the line in one of them. Probably 23, 24.
Yeah, no, I hear that. Would you keep Carrick or take Emery? I wouldn't mind Unai Emery, but I need to see what Carrick to the end of the season before I can make my judgment. People keep asking me, bro, it's 2 games. You get what I'm saying?
You're right.
I know it was different. I mean, and I can't stand Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. But yeah, I mean the profile picture and that. Yeah, I'm saying.
Do you know what, touchline? My confidence from Carrick, and of course I hope he does bad. Like I don't want United doing well, but my confidence comes from his stint at Middlesbrough. And again, and people saying, but it's Middlesbrough, but now you're at a bigger club with better players and you're a good tactician. I think the only way is up for Carrick. That's why I do think, because people keep saying, Roms, you're doing too much. It's 2 games and you're giving him all this praise, but it's that I actually, that's the first season when he was in Middlesbrough. My friends kept saying to me, watch Championship. It's a lit league. Like, second place could be like, there could be like 7 points between second place and like 13th place. Like, it's a good league. It's one of the most exciting leagues. And the irony is, the year I started to tap into Championship was Carrick's year with Middlesbrough, and I couldn't believe what they were doing. So my thing is, I know it's only been 2 games, and I know there's pros and cons, because I could sit here and say, yeah, he's at United with better players now. But then on the flip side, people might say, but it's more pressure to get results and whatnot. Like me. So I get, maybe even I need to calm down and maybe see a few more games. But people are asking me in the chat, do I think United finish above us? If Slot stays to the end of the season, which I think he will, yes, I do think United finish above us. But I think 5th will get Champions League football. If we finish 5th and United finish 4th, we both get Champions League. I wouldn't care. I know obviously something
you think it's us that get. So I've got to ask that question. That's one question I want to ask. You think it's us and you? You think Chelsea miss out?
Chelsea miss out. I'm not convinced by Rossini. I could be wrong, but I'm not convinced by him just yet. But
are you convinced by your team?
No, but I just think quality will. And I know in the league, look, we've yet to win a league game in 2026, but I think you've got a better attack. Midfield, your midfield is similar. Chelsea got a really good midfield, but I think your attack's better than theirs. Your key, I don't rate Sanchez at all. I know he's had a good season, but I think Le Mans is good. Back 4, you got when De Ligt comes back as well. You know one thing I love about Lisandro Martinez, and I said this before you even signed him at Ajax. I watched him in a few games at Ajax. His ball playing ability is second to none. It's so good. And that's why I think Kobe and Casemiro look so good, because they're so good with their back facing goal, right? He punches them passes in. But I think add De Ligt to that mix, you lot only get stronger, and you've got 1 game a week. So for me, this is how I think it ends, yeah? I'm just going to say, City win the league, Arsenal second. Arsenal could win it, but I'm just going to go with what I actually think. I do think the bottle starts. City, Arsenal, Villa, United, Liverpool 5th, Chelsea 6th. As of now, if Slot does get sacked, though, you might not agree with this, but I think we take that 4th spot again. I just think a new voice. I just think the players here, a new voice. Everyone gets galvanized, because we do have quality. Say what you want about Liverpool, we've got quality players. We definitely have quality players. So yeah, man. But as it stands to the chat, I do think it makes me sick to say this, but I do think you lot finish above us as it stands. I think we get 5th.
No, that's
someone said Italy set to get an extra position.
Yeah, they might do. Yeah. No, Italian team's doing quite well. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong in Europe, because it's all come. Roma are doing quite well in the Europa League thing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
This is actually true, by the way. At the start of the season, he predicted 5th. I swear on my life. Before the season started, he said Liverpool getting 5th place. I swear on my life.
Big up, Byron. That's
United 4th. He said United 4th and then 5th. I think he said, but I think he had Chelsea 3rd or City 3rd, maybe. I can't remember who his top 3 were. Actually, I can't remember who his top 3 were. But
his reasoning was probably, a lot of Arsenal fans said Liverpool fall off because you can't have too many cooks in the kitchen. There's too much big players. They need time to gel. A lot of Liverpool fans, we were predicting. I said to see Catch and SB will tell you. I said when we signed is that this league's already done. More for me, yeah. But Baron, I would love to know your reasoning. But you probably went with the narrative that, look, there's too many big players. They're going to need time to gel, which to be fair is valid, and it's proven to be true. But
I hear that, man. What's it called? Speaking of Lissandra,
Wait, it's
though,
M16 Liverpool, by the way. It's Liverpool.
yeah, M60, he's always trolling, trying to wind me up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Big up
Like,
M16. Big up M16.
yeah, listen, pal, mind that gap for me, mate. Yeah, mind that gap for me, pal. It's getting big now, and it's getting quite boring, to be honest. You're bantering you, like, you lose every week. Do you know what I'm saying? I've got something to laugh about you, like, every week. Yeah, I'm saying you keep talking about your unbeaten record.
We've not got a Premier League win in 2026, bro. Do you know how embarrassing that is? We've not. Our last win was against Brighton or Wolves, and they were both in December.
That's surely a lie, bro.
No, and even City, before City won against, who did City not just play? Wolves. Before City beat Wolves, it was big up M16 every time. Before City beat Wolves.
Oh my gosh, it's true.
Yeah.
Oh
Crazy.
my days.
And touchline,
Fulham.
we're probably going to do some predictions, yeah? Actually, I was wait for the end of the show.
Bruv, Leeds, Fulham, Arsenal, Burnley,
I think Wolves are in there.
5 games in a month. Yeah, you lot might get saved. You might get saved because 31st of January, Saturday, 31st of January, last day of the year, you got Newcastle home, and they're just as bad as you.
I'm not confident, no. I'm not confident again.
We'll get on to that. But they've played 5 league games this month and not won a game. That couldn't be my club. Just saying, that could never be my club. I don't think.
Wasn't that your club? Wasn't that your club not too long ago?
No, I don't think so.
Wait, so you're telling me you never went through a month without winning a Premier League game under Amorim? Without even checking?
Not this season.
Fair.
Not this season. I don't think so. Maybe last season. Yeah, every month we won a game, at least. Yeah, October we won 3. November we did on the last day of November. But again, did we go 5 games? Did we play 5 games in a month and not win? Because December we won 2. All right, cool. January, the first we played 2 games in Jan and drew them both in Burnley and Leeds, and then we won our 3rd game in Jan, 17th of Jan. So yeah, we've never gone a whole month without a win. I played 5 games in 1 month from us, 5 in 1 month, and you've not won a game. You are pound for pound the worst.
And let me give you my early prediction. Yeah, we draw against Newcastle this weekend. We just can't translate.
I think you're going to win. Come on, man.
Newcastle. I said against Bournemouth, first 25 minutes, I think we were good against Bournemouth. I was like, you know what? I said on back, big up Troops. I said on back again, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if we draw, but I'm backing us to get our first league win. Not only we didn't win, not only we didn't draw, we lost at the death. Do you know what I mean? So we're just poor in the league, man. We're poor. And do you know what? Yeah, to give Slot a bit of slack, the last defeat and the last draw against who did we play before? My mind's gone blank. Who did we play before? Burnley. Burnley weren't on Slot. We were just missing chances for fun. And even against Bournemouth, we should have been 2 goals up comfortably. And again, we're missing chances. The last 2 games in isolation actually haven't been on Slot. But overall, he's still not platforming play as well. Gakpo's playing too much for my liking. It's just all over the gaff. But yeah, if we do predictions, bro, I think we draw against Newcastle. I don't think we beat them.
That's raw.
They're depleted as well. They got a lot of injuries, and they've just gone to Paris and put all their heart into that.
I can't lie, yeah. You know what's mad? That game. Did you watch the game last night?
PSG. I only watched ours. I've only watched highlights of that one.
Oh, I was watching.
I've seen the goals in that. I've seen the goals, but I'm not watching.
PSG were destroying them first 20 minutes. Yeah, bopping the ball, had a penalty miss, bro. They were moving to him, and I said they dropped off. Yeah, and then Newcastle were getting set pieces. I said, I think literally 2 minutes before this goal, I said, "Watch Newcastle going to score in a minute." I said, "Watch." I would not be surprised if Newcastle score. Bang! They scored. I said, and I said they'll score a header as well. Like because someone put in my chat. There was obviously, like Paddy Power and that betting that everyone like that. There was no millionaires made last night. I'm pretty sure Real Madrid let everyone down, pal. Yeah, I'm saying that's why I'm still streaming.
Atletico Madrid, PSG, I had a little hack as well, bro. There was a lot of teams.
Yeah, there was a bet for every English team to have a header shot on target. I said, yeah, Newcastle will. I reckon they will because Dan Burn and that they're from set pieces. I was worried. I think the one I said that wouldn't was probably who did I say? Maybe I can't remember who it was. Who did I say that wouldn't have one? Maybe I don't even know. Maybe Chelsea or something. I don't know. But yeah, and I said they'd probably score from a header or something like that, and they did. Yeah, I'm saying so. And bro, I'll be honest, they play quite well. They've been all right this year in Europe, Newcastle, innit? But for me,
apparently, from what I read on the timeline, because obviously I watched the highlights. Harvey Barnes, if he just gets it on target, they win that game. In my opinion.
He hit the ball.
What I would say is, apparently, if there was any team that looked like winning towards the end, it was Newcastle. Would you agree with that?
Say that again. Sorry, bro. I was reading that comment.
And all of his opinions for one after that. I'm dead.
Yeah, bro, that's everyone last night. But
I'll be real.
I had a moment where they were all winning. Yeah, Atletico winning, Real Madrid winning, Chelsea winning, PSG winning, and who was the other team that I put winning? Yeah, and then bang. Do you get what I'm saying? They just out of nowhere just went to.
Do you know what it is, TTM? Anyone watching this, obviously, gamble responsibly, and it don't mean mad, but it can be pain, but the highs are high because anyone that I'm close with off YouTube, yeah, I've actually win quite a lot, but then I've lost a lot. So, bro, you just have to have that balance. You just have to have that balance. But what I would say, Touchline, would you agree that if there was a team, because I'm assuming you watched the game, if there was a team, that is mad.
Yeah, and you know it was Barca drawing in the second half, and they were losing as well, weren't they?
Losing, yeah. Would you say if there was a team that looked like they were going to win out of Newcastle and PSG, it was Newcastle?
Yeah, definitely. I was saying Newcastle, but before that chance that Ivy Barnes won, they had 4 or 5 times where Tonali and that were getting him on the break, and they were just powering through the space, but they just didn't get the final ball, the final action right, couldn't get out of their feet quick enough. Yeah, I'm saying, PSG, that's why I don't have them to win the Champions League. But again, they were like this last season, so I hear it. But it's why I don't, because they've been so bad this season. Not so bad, but they haven't been good this season, bro. They have not been good this season. But I guess we'll see back into the season.
You know, when you told me last week they're second, they only went top because Marseille played Lens. Marseille are weird. Like, they beat Lens. Lens have been in good football. In fact, you're the one who told me that Lens were top. But then I see at the weekend, Marseille beat them. Was it 2 or 3-0? That was a banger by Ethan and Wary, by the way. And then now they're top again. But like in the Champions League, I thought, bro, I can't lie. When I saw that Newcastle lineup, and I saw a lot of their fans having meltdown on Twitter as well. When I saw that Newcastle lineup, I said PSG are winning this by a 2-3 goal margin. They're winning this comfortably. And it just goes to show, I keep saying, Champions League, you do not have to be good. I'm going to say this from now, Touchline, yeah? If City, Liverpool, Chelsea win it, out of the 6 English teams that are left, if City, Liverpool, or Chelsea win the Champions League, I wouldn't be surprised. Arsenal, I would be surprised. Spurs, I would be surprised, and Newcastle, I'd be surprised. But out of Liverpool, City, and even if you lot were in it this year, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. You don't have to be. It's just moments. You have to pick your moments off very well, bro. Very well.
I agree, man. I agree. We'll get into some predictions in a minute. Hold on. Let's get all this stuff. Big up to everyone in the chat. As I say, keep smashing the like button, following the Twitch, joining the Discord, all that stuff. And yeah, man, what are you saying for I know you said, what did you say for Newcastle? What the score's gonna be? I know you said draw.
Newcastle, Liverpool, 2-2. I'll go. I think it'll be 2-2.
I go. I'm gonna go 1-0 Liverpool. I think Van Dijk header. Yeah, Van Dijk header. Man United, Fulham.
3-1 United.
3-1. I'm gonna go 2-0 United. Who else is playing? Arsenal, Leeds, Arsenal. Gone.
I think Wilson might be injured. I read it. He's in flying form, but I think he might not be out for this. Fulham are weird, you know. You don't know what Fulham are going to turn up.
They're actually 7th, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah.
Wait, actually, I think if they win and we lose, I think they go above us.
No, they actually do as well. They actually do. Yeah, that's mad.
Crazy.
That's mad because what's it called? They were actually 17th after like 10 games, and I remember people saying, "Oh, they might get relegated." I said they won't get relegated. So
Marco Silva, yeah, I think he's one of the managers that are good for a kind of mid-table club. I think if Marco Silva went to a top 6 club, I think he's the type of manager to just fail. I think pressure. He's the type of manager that pressure will just get to.
His football was terrible, bro. Football wouldn't suit a top club. They wouldn't like it. None of the top clubs would like it. You know what I'm saying? I see Spurs fans gassing up. It's like Thomas Frank, bro. Yeah, I'm saying he wouldn't do that well.
He wouldn't do. I hear you. But I think so. 2-2 Liverpool, Newcastle. I pray I'm wrong. You know, I gave us the benefit of the doubt against Bournemouth, but then you just throw it back in my face, man. So 2-2 Liverpool, Newcastle. You know, Harvey Barnes, I think he's so under. I've liked him for years, but I think he's so underrated. I know he didn't score yesterday, but for me, he out of every player in their team, he worries me the most. Gordon's fell off the cliff. Oh yeah, I see that today. Gordon's fell off a cliff. Voldemort, I don't want to jinx it. He's going through a dip in form. Would I be surprised if he gets back on his scoring run against us?
I never already rated him though.
I like him. I don't think he's prolific. People going on like he's a bagsman. And
but they talk about it as if he's like technical as well. I don't think he's that technical.
No, I think he is touchdown. I disagree. I think he's quite technical. I just feel like he's going through a bit of a dip in form, but I think he'll be back. But I think 3-1 for you lot, 2-2 for us. I don't think Arsenal beat Leeds touchdown. I see that being 1-1. Ellen Road, Daniel Farke has got them playing well. They got confidence. Calvert-Lewin's had, I think, 3 or 4 games where he's not scored now. But Arsenal, I'm sorry, you watch this team, and you know how we say they can only score off set pieces? Even the set pieces have kind of dried up. Look, I know they scored 2. They basically scored 2 against, or 1 against you. But even before, like, all them draws and whatnot, even the set pieces before they played you were kind of drying up. So I said is my profile, which updated. Yeah. Baran, I think you said last time, I'm so happy my club didn't get him. I always said use the 110 million to reinvest in the squad as a whole. But I think Arsenal leads 1-1. What are you going for that game?
2 on Arsenal. They'll score late on set piece again. Gabriel, Declan Rice or something that will score.
Who do Spurs have?
Man said, I can't believe we got 50 million for him. He's awful. That's crazy. I agree, bro. He's got 1 goal in 21 games as well, and then they've bought him for 50 million. What's it called? Who else is playing? City. Spurs City, innit? Spurs City. At Tottenham's ground.
Spurs are going to do what they did last. You know, I've already seen their fans saying, we know what to do. Like, they obviously don't want Arsenal. They don't want Arsenal to win.
Yeah, but this one's a bit different because that one was like literally 2 games left of the season, innit?
But then look, I see a Spurs fan say, look, I like honest fans, but Spurs fans said, let's be honest. I think we're too good to get relegated. I'm thinking, are you sure after last season? But he doesn't think they'll get relegated. And he said, I don't think we're good enough to get a European place at the moment. So we might as well, like, our season's just going to be, I think Spurs finish around 10th or 11th. Our season's going to be mid-table anyway. What's the point of really let's try in our other games, but let's gift the win to I've been seeing it on the timeline already, but I'm going to go 3-1 City.
I'm going to go 1-0 City. I think City will grind it out. I think it'll be. To be fair, I could see Spurs maybe potentially scoring from a set piece, but big up Rob Always United, bro.
Big up, Rob.
5 memberships, bro. Big up with the bomber. Yeah, let me see who's got it. Benny got it. Vinal got it. Tuan got it. I don't know who that is. And I can't lie, I don't know how to pronounce the 4th guy's name. And Motto Travel got it as well. Big up Rob Always United. Make sure you spam W Rob in the chat, lads. Do you get what I'm saying? Show some love. Big up. Especially if you're in the chat as well and you got a membership, make sure you thank him and all that stuff. Big up Rob Always United for dropping 5 memberships. Bro, that's £25 of his hard-earned Great British money. Do you get what I'm saying? So
big up, Rob, man.
Big up, man. Big up, bro. Love for that, brother. Love for that, mate. What was he saying? I think City will grind this one. I can't see maybe a Van der Ven. You know Van der Ven and Romero, they're top goal scorers. Do you rate Van der Ven, by the way?
I told you last week I did.
I can't remember.
You were saying you didn't, innit?
Yeah, I don't rate him that much. No.
Yeah,
I mean, he got put on his bum by Anthony.
What I would say is I think, like, as a defender, whether you're a fullback, centre-back, you need to be good with jockeying. Sometimes I think he's too rash or he doesn't time the tackle that well. But as a centre-back, look, I feel like when you're fast as a centre-back, you've got that get out of jail free card, right? You've got that insurance with your speed. But even his positioning's good. For me, his only flaw is the timing of his tackles. That's the only thing with Van der Ven. But only thing, look, I think we could get him. And I know Liverpool fans love to say, Jude was a Liverpool fan, this player's a Liverpool fan, that player's a Liverpool fan. But Van der Ven and his family actually are. I think if we put in a bid, he would literally say to Spurs, let me leave. But they'll extort us. I think he's got I think it's 3 years left. He signed a 5-year deal. It's his second season.
I mean, Spurs fans, I remember they were saying, Van der Ven is the heart of our project. I mean, what is their project? Can someone tell me what their project is? Do you get what I'm saying?
Romero is better than him. Someone said it in the chat. I think Romero is better than him, though. I think Romero is and you know this myth, he's got ill discipline and that. Other than the Liverpool game, I don't think he got a red card in like a season and a half before that. Yes, do you know I've clocked in Football Touchline? People will see something once or twice.
Even in life, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, people will see something once or twice. I think it's always
flirting versus harassment and stuff like that. Yeah, do you know what I mean? That type of meme. Yeah,
literally,
I hate in school. You had that one kid, he was the teacher's pet, and he did something. Maybe, or like a little. If you have siblings, and you're the naughty sibling or whatever, or the naughty sibling does something wrong, like here comes trouble again. Do you get what I'm saying? Doing it again. He's done it again now, Harry Kane. He's done it again. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That type of thing.
But yeah, you do something once or twice, and people think you always do it. Like Romero's disciplinary record, I think in the last 3 seasons, when he first came in, I think it was mad. I think it was like 2 or 3 red cards in a season, but before the Liverpool game, it was quite good. So, but for me, Romero's ball playing ability, it must be an Argentinian thing because Lissandra and Romero, they can both ping a ball quite well. And Romero scores a lot. I think both of them in the league have scored. I think the same amount of goals as Gokra. George was saying on Midday Live, I think they both got the same amount of goals, which as Gokra's, which is mad.
George is just trolling, bro. He has to. That's the only joy he gets. But
That's
he
the
has
only
to
joy, yeah.
That, like, bro, I'll be honest. If I was 15th, 14th, like when I was 14, 15, I weren't doing Bruno Fernandes has got more GA than this. I'm like, bro, we can't celebrate these things, bro.
Do you know what, Touchline? I don't think you've seen humble George. George says, bro, I don't even like doing content on Spurs now. I just do it because I have to. I've got my people that support me. But to be fair, I heard him say recently, Champions League, I'm all for it for some reason because they're the only team that won all their Champions League games without conceding a goal. Some of them were a bit mad. That Villarreal game, I watched the 90 minutes. Villarreal battered them. They just weren't clinical.
Yeah, but that's because they only lost 4 games, though, isn't it?
True.
I think so. No?
And I'm trying to think who did they play at home? Dortmund.
That's such a fugazi stat, bro. Yeah, because if I win one game and it's with a clean sheet, I won all my games without conceding a goal. They didn't win all their games.
No. All 4 their no. I'm saying the stat is they won all 4 of their home Champions League games and didn't concede.
Oh, you didn't say home games. I thought they didn't concede a goal. Oh, yeah, they didn't. Yeah, they did have quite an easy. No, fair play. Obviously, that is still good respect. You know, they did have an easier thing.
I think Van de Ven, I actually rate Spurs' back foot. Actually, Pedro Porro going the other way, defending is not all that. But Pedro Porro one side, Spence left back, even though he's having a bit of an up and down season. I rate Spurs' back 4, but yeah, I do rate, to answer your question, I rate Van de Ven, but I'd rather Nico Schlotterbeck. In the summer, Dortmund won't ask for as much because Spurs are going to extort us. I know Daniel Levy's not there anymore, but they'll still say, hold on, Premier League, we're not even rivals, but you get the gist. Premier League, you're in the Premier League.
And you know what they're like, you know, they always want.
Yeah, they'll want 80 minimum. And do I want to spend that on? Nah,
I just don't rate him. I just think his best attributes, you know, scoring goals and driving with the ball. I think his positional discipline as a defender is not that good. I think he's out of position better times. That's why everyone gasses him up for his pace. But reality is Saliba's rapid as well. But do you see Saliba ever out of position? No, because Saliba doesn't need to use his pace sometimes.
You're right.
Majority of the time, Saliba just sweeps up. Rio Ferdinand was the same. Van Dijk used to be rapid. I don't know about anymore, but used to be rapid. You never really see Van Dijk really.
You know when I knew Van Dijk lost his pace, yeah? You might have not. I don't think you would have watched it, or maybe you did. I was at the game. Did you watch Barnsley Liverpool and won 4-1?
No, I didn't watch that. I was asleep for that game, bro. I know that Szoboszlai was. I saw the goal that they scored or something when Szoboszlai was pissing about in his own box.
Yeah, it's a bit disrespectful. But bro, how I knew Van Dijk lost his pace. I shouldn't laugh. Their striker went from like a 1v1 with him. Someone played it in behind, yeah. And he was busting his gut. Like he was trying to run and he's lost pace. That their striker got to the ball first. I was like, yeah, Father Time's caught up with you now. Like you're not as quick.
TTM, this can't run, bro. I can't have them winning the Champions League, bro, because their fans are annoying as it is when they're 14.
TTM, if my club can't, I would not mind this.
No. Roms, I can't have this, bro. I can't have this, bro. No, Roms. You know how unbearable fans are. Now unbearable Hotspur Cave. You know Hotspur Cave, isn't you?
Yeah. Big up.
So unbearable, and they're 14th. Bro, he jumps on there for a foul. They got knocked out of the FA Cup the day before, and he was crashing out. Man United lose to Brighton. He's on there for a foul. He's with a massive smile on his face. No.
Do you know what killed me? Do you know what killed me about Jay? Yeah, big up Hotspur State every time. Make sure you like and subscribe. Yeah, when he predicted 3-0. You know when he said they'll beat Chelsea 3-0, I couldn't believe it. I was like, "What are you doing?" But like, Touchline, I've realised what's your beef with Spurs? I've realised you really don't like them.
No, their fans are giant. They think it's because we lost the Europa League final. I promise them it's not. Bro, you don't know. I done a show. People in the chat will know. I done a show of Hotspur K at the start of the season. He was sitting there saying they're going to win the league before United. They're going to win a league before we win a cup. They're gonna finish above us. I've got a bet with him that he has to wear a United top or I have to wear a Spurs top. Whoever finishes above, I said we're gonna finish above you. We've got a better manager now, bro. All the crap he was talking at the start of the season, bro. It's nothing to do with the Europa League finals. I promise you. Them beating me in the Europa League final genuinely has zero effect on my judgment of Spurs. It's the way they talk.
Fair. It's not even just you. Kaz can't stand them as well.
They're going to say it's because of the Europa League final, innit? They're going to say that. But I've lost finals to everyone. Do you get what I'm saying? I've lost finals to everyone. Yeah, I mean, I've lost finals to Villarreal. I've lost finals to a lot of teams. I don't hate Villarreal. Do you get what I'm saying? It's the way they talk, bro. It's nothing to do with the fact we lost the final to him. Here's one. Roms, you can sign Limatal for way cheaper. Alaba comes free with him as a bundle.
You really want to offload your players. Alaba's past it, in my opinion.
He's on like
And
400k a week as well, you know.
man
Alaba.
called him Limitao, not even
You know,
Militao.
Alaba's on 400k a week. He's the second highest player at Madrid. Second highest player at Madrid.
Yeah, see, we won't even go near that. And Father Time caught up to him, and Militao's injury prone. Whenever, like 1 minute I see Militao on your team, next minute I'm like, "Where's Militao? Oh, he's injured." Like we're all right.
He come back, this season. He was playing really well. I think it was the Celta Vigo game. I'm pretty sure. I think it was that game. Bro, I swear down, they got him behind once. He ran and he dropped straight to the floor. He ran. I think they might have even conceded from the goal, from that chance. Yeah, I swear down, he ran and he dropped, bro. He's
there's only one centre back at Madrid I rate, and even Rudiger's getting on now. Like, but when you deep at Madrid, Huijsen, I said from days over it. Remember, chat, overrated doesn't mean bad. Before you don't get emotional, overrated doesn't mean bad. But Huijsen, even when we were linked with him, I was like, I don't want Huijsen. I'd rather Diamande from Sporting or Schlotterbeck. I don't want Huijsen. But out of Madrid centre back, I don't really rate any of them. Militao I actually do rate. Militao and Rudiger I rate, but again, they're either old or injury prone. And that Raul Asensio guy for me has no. I'm not just saying it because of the red card yesterday. I see him flying into stuff, but like.
Yeah. This one, bro. I same with Newcastle, by the way. I don't like Newcastle. Nothing to do with Newcastle. Done nothing to me. In fact, we just bitched them around their entire lives. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, bro. They're annoying. Same with Aston Villa a little bit, because Aston Villa fans, when they beat us a few weeks ago, started piping up, forgetting they beat us like 2 times in Premier League history, bro. They want to pipe down. Yeah.
Do you know what TTM?
I've gooned more times this week than they beat us in the Premier League. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how you know they don't beat us in the Premier League at all. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, them lot are trash. Yeah, but the thing is that and Spurs is a bit less because now they're way below us. But Newcastle and Villa finished above us a few times. They thought, oh, we're now more attractive than Man United. Why are players still going to Man United? You know that type of thing. It really winds me up. Do you know what I'm saying? It really does wind me up. That's why.
What's mad, yeah? TTM. First of all, I'm with you. Yeah, that's a. No pun intended. That's a nuts way. No pun intended. Big up TTM. But I'm with you, TTM. I would but if Liverpool can't, if Spurs was to win it, the meltdown from Chelsea fans would be annoyed, but not as annoyed because they've got 2 of them. But you see, Arsenal fans, I think if Arsenal, let's say Spurs was to win the Champions League and Arsenal fans, if they won the Premier League, I still think they'll be annoyed because Spurs can say we've done something you've never done, but they'll still would have had something. But if Arsenal don't win the Prem or Champ, and Spurs was to win Champ, and Arsenal still just won an FA Cup or League Cup, we're used to you winning an FA Cup, they would lose their head. They would literally lose their head. You know what? Big up Ryan. Ryan said, what do I think about Ordonez from Club Brugge? I was listening. Do you know Tim Vickery, the South American
no, I don't know
journalist? He's very credible. Tim Vickery, he's been about for ages, but he's ahead on the talent. Englishman, but he's ahead on the talent over there. I hear him speaking this morning. He's very surprised the top club hasn't come in for him at the moment, but I knew we weren't going to sign a centre back in the summer. And then obviously we pivoted to Gay, and you saw how that one went. But I don't think we're gonna get all done. I think our shortlist is Van der Ven, Schlotterbeck, but I do think Schlotterbeck picks another team over us. I don't know why. I just have a gut feeling he will. And it's myth that he's injury prone, by the way. He's not. He had 1 ACL, but he's been fine since then. He's had a few niggles, but I think Diamande we're looking at. I still like I like both of Sporting centre backs. I still like Inacio.
Yeah, I can't. I know who Inacio is. I don't know any. I know Diamande as well. Diamande at Sporting.
They're the 2. He scored yesterday.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, I saw that he scored a header. But yeah, obviously, I don't know enough about them. I just know who they are. Do you know what I'm saying? Because obviously we were linked with them as well because Amarin. But I just wanted, before we wrap up, obviously we're an hour and a half. Do you get what I'm saying? It's crazy. I didn't even realize that.
When you're speaking about ball, it just flows, bro.
Yeah. You know how it is, bro. Yeah, I'm saying. But yeah, just want to say, big up. Yeah, the best signing we've had post Fergie. 6 years of the king. Yeah, the Portuguese Magnifico, Bruno Fernandes. Listen to these stats: 312 games, 103 goals, 97 assists. He's going to get 100. Yeah, for Man United. He's on 10 assists this season, by the way, in the league. He's not going to break the record, by the way. I hear people saying he's not going to break the record, but 10 assists in the league.
Man, let me give him his flowers because I'm a Liverpool fan and I'm not even that even Salah, the people TTM knows, Mustafa knows, people that have watched me stream for quite a lot of years. And this ain't me saying Salah's bad, but I just don't rate him as much as other Liverpool fans, right? But one thing I give Bruno and Salah, productivity is up there. These stats are mad. These stats are absolutely crazy, bro. And say what you want about him. This myth that he's not done it in finals, yeah? It's a big myth because the assist to Kobe big up. Look, I'm not Salah or Bruno's biggest fan. I'm not really a stats guy as much. This TTM, but I have to give credit when
he moved back into his position. Yeah, he hasn't played in his position for 3 years. Yeah,
this is what I mean. And for me, that FA Cup final when he beat City, and I'm not just speaking about the assist to Kobe Mainoo because it was a mad assist. His performance in that final for me was top. And then even the one to be fair, the Carabao Cup final against
I don't think it was that good.
I think he was only good first half. Then he kind of tailed off that game. But this myth that he doesn't do it in big games, he does. He's done it not at Anfield, but at Old Trafford. He normally has.
He did done it at Anfield. He done it this season.
Sorry,
before last season, bro. That second half, Bruno Fernandes, and bear in mind,
it was 0-0.
Out of position. He's playing in the 6 and the 8 rather than the 10.
I remember. Hey, that's the 0-0 where Pogba had chance after chance, and you should have won that. You know what? The last few years,
I'm talking about this one. The one. Hold on, the one we just beat you in, and last season, not the 0-0 game. I know what you're talking about. The one that was in COVID, isn't it?
Yeah, I remember that year he played. Right, Pogba should have probably got the last minute winner for you lot. But yeah, bro, I can't lie. These stats.
And Alisson saved it. Alisson big save. And I remember
I was shook. You peppered us that game. There's
that famous clip of Rashford and Cavani on a counter attack, and Rashford just bombs at the ball, and it's like Cavani's like, put me in, and he just head down and just runs into no one, spanks up the first man, bro. I swear down, that was hilarious. Chelsea West Ham, by the way, we didn't do a prediction for that.
Oh, West Ham have picked up a bit. What is that? 2 wins in their last 2.
Yeah, West Ham are in good form. That's why I'm worried about playing them in a few weeks. We've got them in a few weeks away from home as well. We don't do well at their ground.
2-1 Chelsea. I don't think it's going to be that. Like I said, I'm not convinced by Rossini yet, but you'll get the win. You'll get the win.
Just for as well, for you that asked at the start of the show, where did I get this shirt from? This website here, yeah. Classic football shirts. They do retro shirts.
They're top.
Yeah, they're authentic as well. Yeah, bro. I swear I'll buy it. Bro, they're taking all my money, Mo. Do you get what I'm saying? They're taking all my money.
Because a little discount, for example, for everyone in the chat, you might think it's pricey, but I'm telling you, they're authentic. Because Touchdown, I bought a few of my retros from here as well. They're legit thing, and I know they are. They're
if they've got the authentic tag, then with Nike come with an authentic tag in it. Do you know what I'm saying at the bottom of it?
They're quite a lot of clubs. They're quite a lot of club sponsors. Where's my top?
I typed them on Google, and I always type them on Google, and if Google tells you that they're legit, then usually they're legit, innit?
I went to their store. They've even got a store in Aldgate East in central London. I did a meet and greet with JJ Okocha last year. They're authentic. In fact, even if you don't, I don't know where some of you obviously international or not, but if any of you live in London or just want to go there, Touchdown is not lying to you at all. This authentic, and even if you don't want to buy it online, you just want to buy it from the store. They've got a store in Aldgate East, I believe. It's that near Shoreditch, kind of central London, but they're legit. They're proper legit. They are a bit pricey, but it's only because it's authentic.
Yeah, bro. Man said we lost. TTM, bro. He's a United player, bro. What do you mean you lost, bro? The guy is a United
TTM
player.
Don't rate him.
But even if you don't rate him, bro, he's a United player. You didn't lose. You won. You know what I'm saying? Is it okay? No, this is okay. Jersey.
Wait, what game TTM on about? I was on about the final you won against City.
No, I think he's talking about we lost the battle. We lost the war, like, and he doesn't like Bruno.
Yeah,
I'm saying, yeah. OK Jersey is like you can get any jersey on OK Jersey, but they're not. We all know they're not real. You know what I'm saying?
All of the channels I'm associated with do the promo for OK Jersey, but what Touchdown's showing you is proper.
Look, bro. Look, let me show this. This kit's sick, by the way. I love this kit. Yeah, hold on. Let me just change the screen here before we wrap up. I know we're losing a bit. We're going well over time, but hold on. Let me just do entire screen 2. Yeah.
Oh my god. Bear with me. Let me show you a kit that I
Look at this. This kit's unbelievable, bro. Look at this, bro. Look at that, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? With the red badge in that, it looks so sick, yeah. And this kit as well, everyone knows this kit's sick as well. Yeah. This isn't the kit. Go on, bro. Let me just find. I want to show you this kit for United fans. I do want to get it. This is the kit I got. I got this with Rooney in the back though. I love this kit, 2011 away kit. But I'm going to show you this kit, yeah. Obviously, there's so many kits that you could get, but bro, this kit, and I was thinking about getting it myself, but obviously, you know, money's a bit tight at the minute, mate. But bro, this kit here, let me show you, lads.
Touchdown. The more you grow, hopefully they sponsor you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You need to sponsor me. Chat. Email them. Tell them sponsor Touchline Facts.
You lot battered us at Old Trafford this year. I think Alonso Gerald got a red. But I got this from Classic Football Shirts as well. These are 07 to 8. Obviously, the Carlsberg's a bit washed out, but it's legit. Yeah. I'll show you the Adidas bit. It's legit. But I literally got this off this website as well.
Bro, look at this, bro. Look at this kit. 06. I didn't even know this kit existed. 06, 08. Manchester United away shirt, Ronaldo, bro, 150 quid. And bro, I went on the Real Madrid website, Real Madrid one. Yeah, I'm searching Man United one right now. They have some 30 Real Madrid kits, bro. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to buy some.
Do you know what's mad? Touchdown. Do you know what's mad? Do you remember the days where your home kit would be the same home kit for 2 years, or your away kit would be the same away kit for 2 years? That's how it used to be.
Let me show you the one that I really like as well. That one as well. But this one's arguably my favorite United shirt ever. Yeah. Where is it? Obviously 0709 Rooney, by the way, 200 quid. Yeah, that's mad. Yeah,
I'm saying that's but that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm saying, bro. Yeah, bro, this is crazy. Let me show you this kit, yeah. Oh my gosh, I wish. Oh mate, it's a very good condition. Champions 19. Yeah, I'm saying what a kit that is, pal. Yeah, I mean 19 before you lot, weren't we? Fucking hell. Yeah. I'm saying, yeah, it's true, pal. Hold on. Skulls, that kit. Maybe no, there we go. It's here. Look at this kit, bro. This is it's probably my favorite United kit ever. Oh yeah, you're right. No, that is the right Ronaldo white kit where he scored that legend. Have you ever seen that header, by the way?
Yeah,
that's the best header ever in football. Or one of the best headers in football. He wasn't even in the frame when the ball went in the box. Yeah, I'm saying he sprinted from the halfway line.
He was a joke. He was actually a joke. Them last 2 years.
Yeah, bro, this one here, 150 quid, bro. Rooney 0607 shirt, bro. This 0607 shirt with the gold in it is elite, man. But yeah, man. Bro, what you got coming up on your channel, lads? Or Rom, shall I say?
Again, there's another I wish I could tell you that, but there's another interview with a pro. Should be out next Wednesday. But it's another roundup with the lads. I wasn't in the studio, but it was a good debate. That should have been out yesterday on Wednesday. And yeah, just keep subscribing. There'll be challenges soon. You will see my vulnerability crossbar challenge, a few challenges on the channel. So just keep going over to Football Verbal, liking and subscribing, man. But big up again, Touchdown. We're going to do this weekly, you lot.
Yeah, Thursday 3 p.m. Here every Thursday 3 p.m. Is that good? Yeah, Thursday 3 p.m.
That's good. Yeah. That's good.
Yeah. So make sure they're here every Thursday 3 p.m. Me and Roms. We're going to redirect over to Tyrell Gunner. Big up to TTM. Big up to Lumen, Ryan, East, Vramo, Akeem, everyone. I don't like this kit. 13-14 blue away kit. I don't like that. And that's the kit we scored. That ever scored that goal against Bayern in.
Wait, is that the one with blue and black and his stripes?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. It's all right kit, but not for me.
Yeah,
big up to Rob as well for the 5 membership. That's the one that Ever scored that sick goal against Bayern against, the one on the volley. We banged it top bins.
Yes.
Crossbar went in. Yeah. That one. Yeah. Big up to Rob as well for the memberships gifted and all that stuff. Big up to everyone. Make sure you lot are here. Thursday, 3 p.m. every week, me and Roms. I'm going to redirect over to Tyrell Gunner. Make sure with a Touchline raid. I'm out, people. Peace.